It's very far above my expectation.
Show the customers what we can do with our product.
One of the key activities that Cigi undertakes each year, and has for now for about 16 or 17 years, is what we call our new crop seminars or our new crop missions. And these new crop seminars are Cigi having taken the results of its harvest assessment to the world in terms of this is what you can expect to receive from Canada from the current crop. And we take that information, package it up, present it to our own domestic industry as our first new crop seminar, and go from there to all of the different regions of the world. Depending on region, we'll take one of our millers with us, one of our bakers with us, one of our noodle makers with us, and they present all of the technical data around this year's crop. We took farmers from Alberta, from the Alberta Wheat Commission, who was just recently formed, and they had farmers that were prepared to work with us. And in each one of our seminars in 25 different countries, Cigi would open the seminar, get everybody sitting down, and turn it over to a farmer to talk about his farm and what he grew on his farm and what farming in Western Canada is all about. Southeast Asia is the longest, the furthest away that we go, and you started in China this year, from China to Singapore, Singapore to Kuala Lumpur, Kuala Lumpur to Bangkok, Bangkok to Ho Chi Minh City, Ho Chi Minh City to Jakarta, and you finally let people come home.
Well, I was very fortunate in that I was able to travel with two different teams to Latin America as well as to Europe to provide information to our customers in these what we call new crop missions. On both of those missions we had representatives from the Alberta Wheat Commission, the first wheat commission to form. We also took somebody to talk about the market outlook, because many of the customers also want to know, well, what's the outlook? How much was produced, and what are we looking at for supplies and those kind of things. Canada is well known for its seed ORS, and we produce a great deal of it. But a number of clients, especially in Latin America, are familiar with the CPS class. I think they'd like to see that availability increase. Winter wheats, they're interested in soft wheat, came up as well. In Europe, we started out in London, and then we went to Spain, and then we did two different locations in Italy. So the first location we did was in Foggia, and it was really focused on Durham wheat for pasta. And then we went north of Bologna. There they're looking at wheat for bread making and things. So two very different markets. And then we went to Germany. So the German one was not just German buyers, but also buyers from around that region that came to it.
We were in a new place every night. We would present and then pretty much rush to an airport to fly somewhere else. So it was very busy, but still a great experience. When we were in Foggia, it's a very well attended seminar. There was over 80 people who attend, and I think they're the same people that come back year after year. Whereas in Barcelona, there was a lot fewer people, but the people who were there were very interested in what we had to say. We would present the market outlook as well as the new crop data for this year, so the milling, the analytical, and the baking results. And then depending where we are, we also presented on durum, so the semolina and pasta. After we presented, we would then host a lunch, and the participants were invited to stay for the lunch, so we would have time there to answer more questions and meet different people.
In Venezuela, the seminar was at Islamu facility, and in Colombia it was at the Canadian Embassy, and in the Chile at the hotel conference room. In Venezuela we had about 20 participants, and in Colombia about 30, and the highest attendance was in Chile. It was about 40 or 35 people. Questions were mostly about how we tested flour quality, about other Canadian wheat classes and their possible bread making application, and general questions about wheat quality.
Well, I was involved in the Latin American New Crop Mission. That was a new crop aimed to the South American market. The presenters were doing a very nice job there. We have to give them all the information. It was like showing them what we have here from the technical point of view, from the farmer's point of view, and from the quality control. I had the chance to see all colleagues there, people that used to know me when I was on the commercial milling side, and they were very happy to see me coming now as part of the Cigi mission, when I was on the commercial milling side, I always tried the most as I could to get Canadian wheat. We all know down there that is the best wheat that you can find, and actually we always get better quality than we were expecting every time on every vessel we receive there.
Our competitors are going out and saying, you know, here's what we've got, you should be using ours, here's why you should buy it. And if Canada didn't show up, I think we would lose opportunities quite quickly. In the long term, this has to carry on. It has to be done from a Canadian perspective. I think it's important that Cigi's involved for a couple of reasons. Is we bring the technical expertise. They're looking for an independent voice. And I think the grain companies from Canada appreciate that we are that independent voice, that we can bring that to it, because they're talking to their customers all the time and making their customers aware of what's out there. But to have somebody from the outside to come in and say, you know, we've collected from many companies, we've looked at the quality, here's what you can expect, that just reinforces or creates a greater understanding from the customer of what's available to them and supports them as they try to move those products into those markets. So it's really important.
Southeast Asia, Latin America, Europe, North Africa, Middle East. In those 6 weeks that we did those seminars, we talked to over 900 people about the quality of this year's Canadian wheat crop. All of those people, customers of Western Canadian farmers.